I've been turning my transducers off because I don't want that like tick, 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 tick sound underneath the water. And it's not, I mean, it's not super shallow. It's probably about like 5 to 8 feet right in here, but that's grass that's topped out, that's on the surface collecting heat in the winter. And there you go. You know, that's what has made this pretty good. But again, not on a cloudy day, but I've seen people in Florida in tournaments catch fish on cloudy days in heavy cover. So this will be interesting. See if this pattern holds on a wind shifted cloudy day where it's been sunny the rest of the days. Well, I'm sitting here thinking like, all right, you know, again, with that sun being down and being cloudy, that changes things. I've literally seen it to where sunny days, they're in the pads, and then as soon as it gets cloudy, you're catching them right outside the pads. I've seen that happen. Every time you're on the water, it is always about testing hypotheses, testing theories. Not every day on the water has to be going out there and catching, you know, 20-pound bags. Granted, the past 2 days that I'd spent on this body of water, I caught a 19-pound bag and a 20-pound bag. And you know, this would have been the third day consecutive to be on this body of water, and I would have really liked to have had, you know, another large bag day. But also I knew that with the changing of conditions, that was going to make the fish do stuff differently. And anytime I get on the water, I'm testing things not necessarily just for that day, for that pattern, for that month. You know, this was something that I wanted to test for a tournament that's coming up in actually June and July of this next year, because I will be fishing very similar patterns to what I'm doing right now in this video. Yep, there it is. Get out of there. Oh. He's fighting good, man. I got it.
Cool.
Woo! Found the right hole. He got a pretty good fight for just a 2, maybe getting close to 3 pound. It's funny, again, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, we're not getting any bites, but I know this worked yesterday. I know it'll work even in cloudy conditions, and there's proof right there that it will. All right, got to get back in there because grass situations where there's one, there's 10. Woo! And as if on cue, the wind picks up to make the fishing a little bit funner. Woo! Strike King Rage Menace right there, guys. Drop links down in the description so you can find these on Tackle Warehouse, but still using the bead setup. He hit it pretty much on the fall, so that could be a good sign for us. Again, another wind-blown mat here. That might be part of what we need to look for. So on the outside of that mat, still in a hole. So I'm gonna keep that in consideration as I continue to make my flips. One of the things I'm trying to do on my path to becoming a better angler is to read every single little bit of conditions that I possibly can out of one single bite. That is something that, you know, David Dudley said, and it kind of stuck with me, is that you need to be able to write a 1-page paper about a single bite. And, you know, that's kind of an overstatement, but at the same time, it's also a true statement. You know, it's a, what do they call it, superlatives? I don't know. Basically, when you make a bold statement about something like that. I'll look it up and figure out the word. But the point is he's right. You know, you need to be able to suck out and pull out every bit of information that you possibly can as to whether did that fish bite on the fall? Did he bite it at the bottom? Did I hop it twice? Did I hop it 3 times? Did I bring it up to the top of the mat and then ring that mat? You know, was he positioned in the middle of the mat? Was he positioned on the outside? What's the wind doing? All of these things, you know, go into putting together the next, you know, the pattern for those fish. And it's something that I know I'm trying to do a lot better and trying to focus on a ton more as I continue in my, you know, progress to be, you know, the best fisherman that I possibly can, the best angler that I possibly can be. There he is. Oh, lost it. That's the first one I lost. Oh man. Just didn't get a good hook in him. Exactly what I was saying. Huh. There he is. Hit it on the paw was big dog. Woo! Nope. First one ever on a Mega Bass Vision 110 jerkbait. Because I was like, I can't see myself paying that much for a jerkbait, but needed to adjust and came over here and got one of these guys. So do what you can now to start prepping for things in the future. Please don't always be concerned about going out there and always trying to have 5 fish, because you can set yourself up for success in the future, which is what, you know, I'm practicing to do right now for some of the events that I'm going to be fishing here in the Northeast Division. Especially when, you know, I'm going to be dealing with changing weather patterns, changing daylight. It's amazing how much something so similar to that can affect. But now I really know, and I've really tested that theory multiple times. I know there's going to be fish in those grass and that you can trigger those fish to bite, especially if you drop it on their head. But I also realized after that day too, that pulling off of that mat, pulling out and maybe fishing the peripherals and the edges would have been a much better pattern and probably would have landed me a lot more fish. So guys, thanks for watching. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all have a good one.